The next topic is digestive system and digestion. Digestive system is the alimentary canal system that starts with the mouth, through the esophagus, into the stomach, intestines, and end up with large intestine and out through the anus. This is the digestive system of a man. We start with the mouth, through the esophagus, into the stomach, the small intestine beginning with the duodenum, then goes down to the cecum and the colon. The cecum and the colon, including the rectum, form the large intestine, and the opening of exit is the anus. Now let's go back to the mouth again. In the mouth, we have the teeth for breaking the food into pieces, but that is not digestion. The tongue for rolling the food into bolus before swallowing through the esophagus. Then we have salivary glands that secrete saliva. The saliva contains enzyme ptyalin for digestion of cooked starch in the mouth. Now, the saliva also moistens the food and make the food to be soft for swallowing. The back of the mouth is the pharynx. The roof of the mouth is the palate. It's not liver, but palate. Then, the esophagus is just a muscular tube through which the food passes to the stomach. We call the passage as swallowing. This other tube is respiratory structure, the trachea, is not relevant for this discussion. Now, around the stomach we have the liver. The liver contains gallbladder. Inside the gallbladder we have bile, which, when needed, passes through the bile duct into the upper part of the small intestine, which we call duodenum. The bile produced by the liver is stored in gallbladder. The bile is released into the duodenum through the bile duct. The bile helps in emulsification of fats. In other words, breaking the fats into small globulets to create light surface area for enzyme digestion. Then from the duodenum we enter the other lower part of the small intestine we call ileum. Then the small intestine is joined into the large intestine. And the first part of the large intestine is cecum. Then we have colon, and where undigested food is stored, that is feces, is rectum. Then it's passed out to the anus. Now, in the mouth, the food is masticated by the teeth, rolled into bolus with the tongue. The salivary gland, it gets saliva to the food, making it to be soft, and the enzyme to digest the cooked starch in there. Esophagus provides passage for the foods to move to the stomach, the process known as swallowing. And of course, it's a wave-like motion called peristalsis that gets the food to the stomach. As the food gets to the stomach produces gastric juice, which contains enzymes and acid. So this is where in the environment here is acidic, in the mouth is alkaline. So in the intestine, when the food moves to the intestine, that partly digested food moves to the intestine also produces juice, intestinal juice, which contains digestive enzymes as well. This time the juice is alkaline. Another important associate organ to digestive system is pancreas. Pancreas produces pancreatic juice, which contains enzymes that digest protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Digestion is the hydrolysis or breaking down of large, complex, and insoluble food substances into small, simple, soluble, and absorbable food nutrients. Digestion inside the organism tissues is called intercellular digestion, while the digestion outside the body tissues is known as extracellular digestion. There are different digestive enzymes grouped as amylases for carbohydrates, proteases for the proteins, the enzyme for proteins, and lipases for enzymes that digest fats and oil. That's what we mean, okay? Amylases, proteases, and lipases for carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids respectively. Let's have some questions on this topic. Question 1. Which of these is not an enzyme? A. Pepsin. B. Saliva. C. Chymotrypsin. And D. Amylase. Amylase is a group name for enzyme for carbohydrates. Chymotrypsin is a protein enzyme that requires a coenzyme to function. Pepsin is a protein enzyme found in the gastric juice in the stomach. Saliva is not an enzyme but a fluid that contains enzyme taurine. So answer is B. Option B answers question 1. Question 2. Which of these enzymes is not for carbohydrates? A. Lipase. B. Maltase. C. Cellulase. And D. Sucrase. Now, when you look at all the options, they end in ASE. ASE. Lipase, maltase, cellulase, and sucrase. Now, sucrase is enzyme for sucrose, which is carbohydrate. Cellulase is enzyme for cellulose, which is enzyme for digestion of cellulose, which is also carbohydrate. Maltase is enzyme for digesting maltose, which is also a carbohydrate, disaccharide. Now, when you look at A, lipase is enzyme for digesting lipids, fats and oil. So A is not for carbohydrate. Answer is A for number 2. Number 3. Which of the following food nutrients has only oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon as mineral elements? This question is asking for the composition of the food, the mineral composition of the food. A. Protein. Protein has nitrogen and sulfur or phosphorus. B. Carbohydrate. C. Vitamin. And D. Water. Water has hydrogen and oxygen. Vitamins has other minerals attached to its molecule. It's only carbohydrate that has only oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. That's why the name is carbohydrates. So answer is B. Number 4. Which of the following reagents confirms the presence of water in food substance? A. Hydrated cobalt chloride paper. B. Carbon 2 tetraoxosulfate solution. C. Anhydrosodium tricarbonate 4. And D. Anhydrous cobalt chloride paper. We cannot use a solution to test for water because when you talk of solution, it's a solute plus solvent, and solvent here is water. So B is out of the equation. A is also out of the question because we are talking of hydrated cobalt chloride paper. Hydrated means there is water. So you can use that one to test for water. So our answer is between C and D. And of course, anhydrous sodium triosocarbonate 4 is not a reagent for water test. So the answer is option D. Anhydrous cobalt chloride paper. Anhydrous means dry, no water. So we use that one to test for water. It will change from blue to pink. We will use it. Number 5. Which of these vitamins will enhance the function of the blood platelets? What is the function of blood platelets? That's most important to hear. Which of these vitamins will enhance the function of blood platelets? A. Vitamin C, B. Vitamin D, C. Vitamin A, and D. Vitamin K. Blood platelets function is to clot the blood when there is any injury. It stops blood from flowing by clotting. And so vitamin K is one who enhances the function of blood platelets. Answer to number 5 is option B, vitamin K.